Alright, I'm recording. Hello, this is Getro,
Hello, I am Augie.
and today we're just playing Animal Crossing because that's the mood.
It's the vibe that we're
Yeah,
having today.
it's a day we're doing nothing, even though I said I was gonna do stuff, but I don't know if you've been outside.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's just,
Oh, it's
it
too hot.
is
Too
blanking
hot.
hot out there.
So hot.
Anyway, ugh. For those that don't know, we're in South Florida, so yeah.
It is that time of year. Summer has officially started. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like officially beach weather. Even
I feel like it's been officially beach weather since like February.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be real
Over
with
here
you.
we get winter for like 2 weeks. You get spring
Yeah.
for like a week, and then
We've been going to the beach.
the rest is just summer. I don't think we even get fall sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I like how we're talking crap about it's hot outside, it's sunny, and then like it's rainy and gloomy in the game.
Right. Well, in yours, because in my Animal Crossing, it is sunny, is
Mm.
very representative of.
Yeah, yours is more accurate. Mine's just a little more gloomy.
You just have a gloomy day.
Yeah.
I mean, my island, it was raining on and off yesterday. It was definitely reminiscent of Florida weather.
Mm.
Is that the word I want to use? Anyway, yeah, it definitely was Florida weather on my Animal Crossing yesterday, but today it is sunshine and clear skies and happiness and lemonade. Do they have lemonade in this game? I've seen like protein shake.
Oh shit! I forgot to get my net.
Oh!
I got distracted. Yeah. Look, yeah, I promise I am a pro at Animal Crossing. I'm a pro when it comes to bees. I already got my net out, but we started recording. I wasn't even thinking about this. I was just like, let me do something so my characters are just standing there and let me shake trees. So. Ah, mother.
Oh,
Okay,
yep,
well, this is Animal Crossing.
yep. It happened.
Yep,
Sucks.
yep. Yeah, learn it. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. You can just make some medicine. It's okay.
You know how long it takes to make medicine? I just let myself die.
Oh,
Well, they don't die, but you know, they faint.
that's morbid a little bit.
It's like real life. Like I don't want to go to.
Oh,
A doctor.
what?
I don't want to go to a doctor. Like
Okay, but at least get the proper medication, though.
costs money. You gotta go to a Walgreens and stuff. Oh, bees. This is how I usually do it. See, like this is the pro shit. You shake the tree where your net out. You go down. You make a right, and you catch them. That's it. That's what was supposed to happen. But yeah, then you gotta go to a Walgreens and you gotta stand in line.
Okay, but then you'd rather suffer and possibly make it worse. Right,
I mean,
right.
listen, you don't know.
You want to talk about it? Let's
You
talk
don't know
about
me.
it.
As I sit here with my dry foot.
Uh-huh. Exactly. But it's okay. Did you use the ointment actually that
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Uh-huh. Look at
Yeah,
that. And you know where I got it? At the stuff.
I won't go into details, but I got something going on with my feet. Like, I don't know if you've seen The Walking Dead.
That's what you want to compare it to? Gosh, his whole foot is falling off.
I'm suffering from zombie foot right now.
He's got, yes.
I won't go into details. Don't.
We're not going to go far in the detail, but what I will say is that the solutions that you attempted to use were not the right solutions.
They are. I just like listen.
They
For a
are
lot
not,
of skin conditions,
because he
they
said
tell you to
zombie
use
foot.
tea tree oil.
But
Me
he didn't
being who
dilute
I
it.
am, like I
Uh-huh.
don't. You're supposed to dilute it. I don't be diluting stuff.
Right.
So
Hence the zombie foot that you have right now.
yeah, so I burned my foot off. Yeah.
So, a word of advice. If you do want to use tea tree oil, because tea tree oil is really good for a lot of skin issues, I will say, but you have to dilute it. You must. I personally, when I use it, I use maybe like 2 or 3 drops, and then I douse those drops on a cotton pad or a cotton bud, whatever, with like witch hazel. And that seems to, work very well.
Where me on the other end, I grab the bottle and I pour it on my toe and I rub it in.
Of the tea tree oil.
Yeah. You're looking at me like...
And this is why you have zombie foot. You poured bottles of you. How much tea tree oil do you? You should only use like a couple drops. Drops, not droppers, not the full dropper. Just drop. Boop, boop. That's.
I mean, now I know.
Drops to me.
It's all...
Little. Boop, boop. That's it.
It's all a learning lesson.
Yes.
See, I forgot I was supposed to get... Did I leave the tree here? Yes, I did.
You did.
What I'm doing right now, I'm making like a money tree farm. Right here, a literal money tree farm. Why? Because I do this every once in a while. Since I play this game sometimes and sometimes I don't. I come back and I'll be like, ooh, I got a money tree farm. Because I forgot I was doing this, so...
What's the largest amount of money that you've had grow on your money tree?
The maximum you could put is 10,000. And then when it fully grows, you get back 30,000. So that's what I'm doing now for each... Well, trying to do now for each tree. Some of those trees are a little less because I didn't have enough money. Yeah. So each one of these, most of them should be 30,000 already. I'm not good at math, but yeah. A lot of money coming back. And I probably won't pick it for... Like, you remember when you first visited my island, I had a bunch of money trees everywhere? And
I'm pretty sure I've taken...
yeah. Because that's when you started. I was like, just take whatever money off the trees. Because
okay.
At one point I had like...
What's yours is mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Mine, it's mine.
That's how a relationship works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's food. If you got food, your food is mine too.
Huh?
Nothing. But yeah.
No. Listen. Okay, but I do share with you though.
Yeah, I know.
When I was young, if you would have met me like in my early 20s or like teens, I would have fought you. Because I've definitely fought people over food. I don't fight a lot. I'm not a fighter. But there have been less than a handful of times where I've had to put the smackdown on somebody because they thought they could take a couple of my fries. And it's not even the fact that they take the fries. It's that they don't even ask. They just have like an understanding in their minds that it's okay for them to put their hands in my food.
Yeah, they do the fried Debo.
I don't do that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? If you ask me, of course, but don't ever assume that I'm just gonna let... I mean, there are, like you would be one of those people. There's certain people that could get away with it. My mom, you know, my dad, my sister, my little brother, you.
You said me already.
Well, then that's it. That's it.
Unless there's another me I don't know about.
Everybody else. At least, just, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think there are like maybe a couple more people that are on that list as well. But like majority of people, don't put your hands in my food. Don't do it. I used to be much more of a germaphobe too when I was younger. I think I've definitely calmed down with that. But I still don't like germs like that. So that was also something that I don't want your hands in myself. And especially in a COVID world, I think that hopefully there'll be like more of an understanding. Keep your hands. Actually, I was watching this mukbang of who was it? V Simone, Pretty V, and I Am Zoe. I was watching their mukbang and they are so funny to me. I love them all. I follow them all on social media, but I watched one of their videos and I have to be honest, V Simone was like eating off of like not only her plate, but I didn't even finish the video, but I didn't notice the other two out of the three eating off of anybody's plate. And now this is a recent video. This is in a COVID world. And she's not only eating off of her plate, but she eating off of his plate and Pretty V's plate as well, plus her food. She's double dipping. That was the thing that really got me.
That I don't fuck with. Like, if you double dip, I'm like, nah.
You know?
I would give you a plastic cup just to, like, put your dip in.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
But, like, that, because of that, I couldn't even finish the video. I was just so turned off. I was like, ooh, you know, it wasn't a serious video. It was, you know, out of fun or whatever. And I still follow them and, you know, whatever. I still follow Beast Mode and all that too. And I still love all three of them. But like that, That would have been a food violation for me. I would have been like, ooh, I'm about to. I would have hit you with the.
I know, don't double dip.
Just a quick little hand slap away. Get your hand out my food.
Contaminated the whole batch.
You know, like you might here you go. You might as well just. And now the other two would be very nice about it. Of course, they're friends, you know what I mean? But that would be a big no for me.
It could be my mama, no.
Right. Like no. I don't even think as a kid I was about that life. If I saw, and you know what? Because of things like that, that's why like work parties, things like that, I would rarely, if ever, eat the food at like potlucks, things like that. Like the older I got, the less and less I would participate in those because I just,
Oh, not me. Listen, I have worked with nothing but old Spanish women, old black women. So you know that whenever we made those potlucks, there was some bomb ass. I would forget all my rules. Only rule I would follow is portion control because I don't want to like eat the whole thing of like sweet potato pie or arroz con pollo. I would like follow certain rules, but I'm like,
I mean, I don't question the deliciousness of the food. I don't question that, but my thing would be like, what are their habits in the kitchen as far as like cleanliness? That's where my mind would go. Like there's certain people
go to the best food comes out the dirtiest pots.
No. Now one
pot with
you
crust.
can clean your pot and still make good food. I disagree. That's crazy.
Some of that food be mummified up on that shit and it's still good. Like extra seasonings.
Okay, so I have a sensitive stomach, so the way that my body is set up, I can't eat out of people's dirty pots and dirty kitchens and stuff like no. I don't even, in my own kitchen, I don't cook in a dirty kitchen. I don't even leave my kitchen dirty. I just don't like having dirty kitchens. Like, I don't know. To me, it just attracts
No, I mean,
pests and
I completely understand. I feel you. But once I smell that food.
So there are certain people that I would, like I said, I would give a pass. But for the most part, in potlucks, no. Especially after my military days, for sure. Because there would be some people's houses that I would go to when I was staying in the barracks. You know, when you live in the barracks, you want to get out of there. You want to, any chance you have to get away, you go. So I would go to a lot of my coworkers' houses. And, they would always make a party out of it, a block party, if you will. And a lot of the neighbors who also happen to have their spouses work together would, make dishes and whatnot. And there would be certain people whose houses I would go into and I wouldn't eat anything. I would always leave hungry, drunk and hungry. That's how I would always leave.
I wish I could say that, but I'm not. I don't know. Like, I had an experience once. I'm not gonna say no names, no details.
Right.
But I went to this person's house. And like, you ever been to a hoarder's house or old person's house, that old newspaper smell?
I don't know about an old newspaper smell, but I've definitely been to people who have hoarded or just had really crowded.
Yeah, but I call it
houses.
Old people smell. Like, it's just this collection of materials that have been there for years.
I would say like a BO smell.
The house, it wasn't BO, but more like non-organic smell.
Okay.
And then I had like a lamp on the roof that was full of dead flies and stuff like that. And the whole time I'm in the house, I'm like, ugh. But then they cooked.
No, see, you just said dead flies on the ceiling.
I know, but
and you're still trying to eat at that person's house?
I ain't try. I did. Like, the roti was great.
Okay, no.
The chicken they made was great. All the food was just bomb, and I'm like, you know what? Them flies are cool.
No.
Like,
what?
Listen, you could convince me like food is a trap for me, man. Like,
okay.
That's the reason I'm big.
Okay, but
like, listen, you could have the stereotypical what they want to say. whatever food restaurant next to the animal hospital, I'll be like, no. But if I smell the food and it smells good, I'm like, oh. And I eat
Just because it's next to the animal hospital?
that's a big turn off for me because that goes.
But
into
you
my-
want to eat in the house with flies on the ceiling.
No, I'm saying usually I'll be like no, but once I smell the restaurant, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go in that restaurant and get me a number 5 fried rice.
Why it had to be fried rice?
Let's try them out. Too.
That's disrespectful.
That was
That is disrespectful.
well, they got Spanish fried rice.
Okay, no. Oh, so anyway,
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say I'm moving on to the next subject because I am not getting caught up in that. Is what I'm not gonna do.
canceled.
Yeah.
Damn. I would like to apologize to
Thank
anyone
you.
I have offended
Yes.
with my statement about their restaurant
That-
being next to a
Right.
pet hospital.
Right.
If your restaurant is next to a pet hospital, I'm sorry, it's just a no-no. But then if I smell the food and it's good, I'm gonna have that food. Fried rice of any continent. It could be Spanish fried rice.
I
American
want you to know
fried
that I'm
rice,
rolling my eyes. Oh,
Mexican fried. What the hell?
Mexican fried rice. All right.
You know, any fried rice. It doesn't have to be from a certain spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I did offend you with that, I am sorry.
Yes.
I am sorry.
In any case, I say if the facility is clean, who cares if it's next to any hospital, clinic, healthcare facility?
I don't know. It seems like the older the facility and more beat up looking it is, the better the food is for me. Like,
That I can agree with, as long as it's
have
clean.
you like have you been to Snappers?
I haven't been inside. I've just been with you through the drive-through.
Oh, thank God! If you would have been inside, you would have gotten any food that day because that place is.
Is it clean? Or you're just saying it's run down? Like if it's all there, I've definitely been to hole in the wall spots where the food is just like, I go back. That it becomes my spot. You know what I mean? As long as it's clean, that's my only thing. You could have a hole in the wall establishment or rundown establishment. You could have an old restaurant or whatever. You know, rent is high.
Yeah.
So I get it. As long as you clean it, I have no issue. You know what I mean?
I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's old or run down or whatever, some of my favorite spots that I've been to thus far have been in like older, questionable looking buildings. If I go inside though and I see like roaches or like I see doo-doo on the walls or you know what I mean? Things like that, then of course I'm going to be like, no, not me. I'm not going to spend my money on any kind of foodborne illness. No.
Well, I am. So if you serve great food at your restaurant, there may be a rat or two or a roach. That's fine by me. Just keep the food A1. I'll still eat there. Now, doodle on the wall? I don't know, but you talking about the bathroom?
No. I'm talking about in the dining room, in the
Why is there
hallway.
doodle on the wall in the
Your guess is
dining
as
room?
good as mine, but I'm saying these things happen.
What working conditions have you been in where a chef
I've seen a
or
lot
an
of different types of
employee just
things.
had to be like, oh, I gotta make this batter. I can't go to the bathroom now. They just shit on the wall.
I've seen a lot of different crazy things working in restaurants, and you know, a lot of things happen.
We're gonna end it with doodle on the wall. I'm surprised, but 20 minutes have already passed.
Part 2 of residue on
Residue.
On
Going
the
back to the residue.
restaurant
That ain't even
wall.
residue. That's doodle on the wall.
residue, restaurant doo-doo on the wall.
Residue. Oh my god.
Oh no. Just keep your establishment clean. That's all I'm saying. And I'll eat there. As long as the food is good. I just don't want to get sick. That's my
As long as it
only
ain't doodle on the wall, I'll eat your food if it's good. I don't care. how
He
good
ain't
it's done.
picky, apparently.
I ain't
Moral of the story, he'll eat
Yeah.
anywhere.
See you next time.
Bye.